is Tarik Talk. Your host, Tarik Mendes, takes you on a journey with guests from all around the world. Broadcasting around the world. Around the world. This is Tarik Talk.
Guys, today I'm here with Christy. Christy, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Do you mind sharing your Instagram with me, please?
Of course. So it's photographerchristy.m, and that's spelled PHOTAPHER, and then Christy, KRISTI .m.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that. And can you tell me about the work you're displaying at the gallery today?
Yes. So I'm displaying 7 photos at Detox Gallery tonight. It's a 3-day art event. If anyone wants to come by and look at my work or everyone else's work, there'll be photos and all kinds of different art displayed, food, drinks, music, all that.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be fun.
I love that. And can you tell me about your creative expressions? Creative process?
Yeah. So most of the time I take pictures just on my phone when I'm just out and about. I like to do cityscapes and like nature pics, like landscapes and stuff like that. Just anywhere that I am, like in the city or Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And
are you like the photographer that's like always like snapping pictures?
Most of the time, yeah.
Oh, I love when like photographers do that. Are you able to like would you say your brain is always on creative mode, or are you able to like step back and chill, or are you always like inspired by stuff around you?
I'm inspired most of the time. I have my days where I'm like drained and I just don't really pay attention to my surroundings, but most of the time I'm in the zone and I look around to see what's beautiful around me.
Oh, nice. So when you're like looking for pictures, are you like actively looking for them, or you kind of just like wait till they like call you out, or kind of like, you know, catch your eye in a way?
Yeah, it depends on the day. On weekends, I usually take time to myself to look around and see like what's there. But then during the week, I work like 40 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So after work, sometimes if I like catch something real quick, I'll like stop and like observe and then take a picture and like appreciate it.
And do you have anything coming up for the rest of the year besides the show tonight that's opening?
Yes. So there's a place called the Holy Gallery. They have locations in New York and Paris and London and a few other places. I'm going to be doing a show there in March.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, I'm going to prepare for that soon.
Oh, that's so cool. And do you, like, how are your days off? Like, how do you take care of, like, your artistic spirit so you don't get overwhelmed and, like, burned out?
Yeah, so Saturdays and Sundays I usually chill at home for a little bit, relaxing. And then when I feel up for it, I go out, like, especially if it's a nice day, and appreciate, like, the nature around me and all that. And then, like, just relax, listen to music, and take it all in.
Oh, nice. And do you have any like rituals before you start taking pictures? Like do you go on walks? Like, do you have to have like a coffee, or like meditate, read the paper, and then you start taking pictures, or is it like very organic for you?
Well, sometimes I like to get Starbucks first, so I could have that little bit of caffeine to get me going.
Yeah, the buzz, right? Yeah.
And then I'll go on walks in my neighborhood to like parks and stuff, and just look around and all that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And have you always been interested in photography?
Yes, ever since I was a kid I was, but I never like thought about it as a career until more recently.
And do you have any like photographers you look up to or admire their work?
So one of my favorites is Vivian Maier.
Oh, nice.
Because I like that she wasn't a professional. She was just, you know, living her life, taking pictures.
Yeah.
And, you know, she had all those negatives that were discovered and published.
Is she the one that was the nanny and she took pictures like really close to people? Oh, I love her work. Yes.
I thought that was just like really great. That like she was just doing it for the love of it, not even like for money necessarily.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if she knew how good she was.
Yeah, I don't think so. That's such a shame, because if she was alive, she would have like been so appreciated and blown up. And do you have anything else that you want to share with us about your work and inspirations?
I have a lot of inspirations. I have an autistic brother.
Oh, nice.
So I spend my weeks like taking care of him.
Yeah.
And sometimes it could become very draining, but then like there's good in it too. And he gives me inspiration for my photography. Sometimes I'll take like photos of him and all that. Yeah.
Do you plan to do like a series of him, or like a subject or stuff like that?
Maybe in the future.
In the future?
Yeah.
Is there like any mediums that you like to try in the future? Like maybe like sculptures, or like, I don't know, like creating like like a sculpture from one of your paintings? Because I saw you have like pretty cool flowers, and I love the filters that you use and like how you added everything. It's pretty dope.
Well, I am also like a painter.
Okay.
And I draw too sometimes.
And do you find your creative process different from photography to painting, or is it kind of the same? Like at a Starbucks?
It's similar, but if I paint or draw, I have to be like at home and I need quiet. Like I can't have any distractions.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of like intricate work, like trying to focus.
And that's an interesting question, because a lot of people ask me to ask the artist this. When you're doing like, let's say like painting or photograph, are you able to do like to bounce back from like artistic to business, or do you have to do like a whole day of just painting, or like a whole day of just like business, whether it's like administration work, like reaching out to galleries, website, or can you like balance the both of them?
I'm still getting used to the business side of it because I'm still pretty new with the photography, so it's mostly like artistic things that I think about. But I'm going to think more about the business side of it and what to do with that.
Nice. And do you ever, going back to your paintings, do you ever like paint the photographs that you take, or is it like a totally different like inspiration?
Oh yeah, it's different. Sometimes I'll like look for inspiration online at pictures, and then I'll try to do my own thing.
Oh, nice.
From that.
Okay. And then is there anything else you want to share about the show that's coming up? Are you going to be here for the 3 days that...
Yeah,
you'll be here so people can like listen to this podcast, like talk to you about your work?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you like hearing like people's input, or like, because I interview a lot of artists, and half of them are like, oh my god, I love hearing what people have to say, their perspective, and there's like half of people, they're like, oh, I don't want anybody to talk to me. I just want to like observe people, take pictures of them looking at my work. Which artist are you?
I like to hear it, but at the same time I'm still introverted, so I get shy sometimes, but I still like to hear the feedback that people give me.
And do you have any like advice for like future artists that want to go in the art world and like, you know, do something creative, but like they don't know how to do it, or they're scared?
I think you should just believe in yourself and just jump right into it.
Okay, pretty nice. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. We apologize for all the noise. We're like in the middle of the New York streets.
Of course.
And I wish you the best of luck in your show. Thank you again for being on the podcast. And can you share your Instagram one more time with us?
Of course. It's photographerchristy.m. PHOTAPHERKRISTI.m.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Christy. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for listening to Tarik Talk. Follow Tarik Talk on all social media channels and check out the video interviews online. This is Tarik Talk. Your host, Tarik Mendes, takes you on a journey with guests from all around the world. Broadcasting around the world. Around the world. This is Tarik Talk.
Edit. Alright guys, today I'm here with Maria. Maria, how are you today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for being on the podcast today. Can you share with us your Instagram account?
Yes, it's Foxy Painter.
Foxy Painter. Can you spell that for us, for all the non-English speaking listeners?
Foxy Painter. FOXYPAINTER. Foxy
Perfect.
Painter.
Thank you so much. Can you tell me a little bit about the work you're going to be exhibiting in the gallery?
Sure thing. I have 4 pieces for today's show. The first one is called Not My Job.
Okay.
It's inspired by this British girl band named Flo.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I have this song in my head all the time. It's called Not My Job, so I decided to make a piece for it.
Oh, nice.
And in the canvas itself, the lyrics are on there. It's more about women not being submissive to men and not being responsible for their actions and for their emotions. And I really represented that in the painting. The other 3 that I have, there is a pair called Lejos, which means far away, far. And it's these 2 long distance lovers. One is in New York, the other one is in London. And they're in love. They're across the water. The Atlantic separates them. It's a very romantic piece. And then the last one that I have is called Tyra Banks.
Oh, wow. I was about to say, like, Tyra Banks?
Tyra Banks. So she is the inspiration of that one. There's a image of her where she has soda cans as hair rollers.
Oh, wow.
And so it's very iconic. A lot of people have done it, but that photo has been That photo
Like
has
viral, I think, because I've
gone
never seen
viral.
it. Yeah.
Yes, a billion times. It's all over everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I was like, let's make something out of
Yeah.
it. But the story behind that one is, I knew that this show was upcoming, and I was kind of tired of showcasing the same things over and
Yeah.
over again for the last 3 shows that I've done. So I was like, let me just make something else real quick. And I gave myself 6 days to make it.
Oh wow!
And I
You
made
make
it in
all the paintings.
No,
or
just
one?
the one,
Oh,
just the
okay.
Tyra
Oh,
Banks
wow, that's
one.
still amazing. Yeah.
I made it in 5 days. I made a little video about it, and it's not insane. It's not crazy. It's not as detailed as my
Yeah.
other ones, but I'm still very proud of the way that I finished it so fast. I feel like I'm very good under pressure, especially when I know it's something that's coming out, that it's
Yeah.
upcoming. And I don't know, I'm just very happy about it. And I tend to look more into vintage looking things from like the 50s, 60s, 70s and up. And I get a lot of inspo from Pinterest, from other artists online. My favorite artist right now, her @ name is Paint by Lane. There's also Terry Urban. He's
Yeah.
awesome. There's a lot of cool people out there.
Oh, nice. And can you tell us about your creative process? Like, how does that work for you?
Sure. So, my creative process, I don't feel like there's just one way of doing something.
Yeah.
There's a billion ways. I really depend on the advice and the wisdom of my other
Yeah.
artistic friends, my designer friends, my graphic designer friends. And I really value their feedback with everything that I do. I always ask them for, do you think this... I always ask my friends, do you think this looks good?
Yeah.
What do you think of these color schemes? So it's more of like a collaboration with all my friends too. Outside of my friendship, I get a lot of inspo from vintage magazines that I always find at flea markets. Pinterest is a great source of finding other things, and just life, everything around me.
Love that. Are you an artist that you like to collaborate and hear people's input?
Yes. I haven't actually collaborated physically with
Yeah.
another artist yet, but all my friends are graphic designers,
Yeah.
artists, they're everything.
And do you show the work before it's finished, or the midway, or how?
Show the work online?
No, like to your friends for like you said.
Oh,
like for
from
opinions?
start to finish.
From start to finish.
Yeah,
Oh, wow, okay.
from ideation to finish. Yeah.
Oh, wow. And like when you get to the studio, what kind of artist are you? Are you the artist that like get straight to work, or do you gotta have like a coffee, a cafecito, like listen to music,
No,
meditate?
yo
How
no
is that
tomo
for you?
café. Yo no tomo café.
Oh, and you do a painting in 6 days. What's your secret?
Vibes.
Vibes. Okay,
Vibes,
got you.
energy.
Yeah.
That's so funny. But my number one motivation for painting is music. Music
wow,
is
okay.
the thing that drives me. I live with my cousin.
Okay.
And I have an Alexa, right? And I
Oh,
connect
okay.
my Spotify to the Alexa, and
Yeah.
I blast it. I put on volume 10, like
Yeah.
all the way up. And the one thing he always he doesn't get bothered by the music, but he's always like, you can't do this without music, can you? I was like, nope.
No way.
I cannot.
Yeah,
I
it's the
cannot.
vibes.
It is.
Yeah. And do you have any other shows later this year?
Yes, I have one next month.
Oh wow.
It is in
Congrats.
Long Island City.
Okay.
I don't remember the name of
No
the
worries.
gallery right now, but I will tell you in 2 seconds.
Guys, bear with us. We're in the middle of New York City.
TLG, yes. TLG, New York City Art Gallery, 4342nd, 12th Street, New York, New York.
Perfect.
Long Island City.
Perfect.
The theme of the month-long exhibition is Spike Lee's love for the New York
wow.
Knicks.
That's so cool.
And so they reached out to me and asked if I was able to make a piece for them.
Yeah.
And I have 3 weeks to make
Yeah.
it. So
Oh, it's better than 6 days, right? Alexa better get ready to be
Alexa,
overworked.
exactly.
Right? And do you have any mediums that you think like of tackling in the future, like sculptures, like anything? Photography.
I've never done any sculpture work. Photography, I mean, like, I think I have a creative, artistic eye. I feel like I could be good at that, but I use my iPhone 15 Pro, and I feel like that's camera enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you find yourself like be inspired by everything? Like, how does inspiration come to you? Is it like out of the blue? Careful.
I think that most of my inspiration is, like I said, guided by my friendships that I have. I also rely on my mom a lot. My mom is also an artist.
Yeah.
And I value my mom's opinions a lot too, because she's the one that taught me everything I know. She introduced me to so many different techniques and and textures and different canvases and papers and everything. So it's really all comes from her too.
And what time of the day do you like to paint? Is it like, are you a nighttime artist, daytime, or just like it's spontaneous for you?
To be honest, it's whenever I have time, because I do also have a full-time job. So whenever I get off of work, I am painting.
Okay. And do you find your brain like always being on? Like, are you always having like ideas and being inspired?
Yes.
And if you do, are you able to kind of like have a day off and like, you know, take care of your mental health, or do you like that like nonstop?
That's a loaded question.
I know.
Yes, I like taking days off. Who doesn't? But I also have like that guilt inside of me where it's like, if I don't create something, if I don't do something, like I'm not going to excel. I'm not going to continue. But I think because of also my job, I'm in marketing. I'm in a creative field itself. So I'm, like you said, I'm always thinking about different things, always with other creative people, and I'm always in a safe space to make art, whether it's for marketing or for myself. I'm always in a good place to do it.
Oh, that's dope. And do you think being Latina has influenced your work?
That's a good question. I think in regard to music, that's definitely what motivates me is Spanish music. Whenever I'm working, whenever I'm doing anything like salsa, merengue, like get me in there. I'm dancing while I'm painting.
Some Celia Cruz.
Exactly. And whenever I post whenever I post the videos that I make or anything, it's always like a Spanish song or something like that. So
the thing I like about your work is that like it's happy, it has a lot of colors. But then, like, the longer you stare at it, it has like meaning and it has like a story. So like, you know, it kind of grabs your attention, and like you start to admire. Like, it's like a portal. Like, it just takes you like to whatever you're feeling. Like,
that's good. Art is subjective. You make your own story.
Yeah, I love that.
I could give you a story, but it's up to you, honestly.
And do you like? Because I interview a lot of artists, and I think this is episode 56.
Okay.
So a lot of artists tell me like half of them are, you know, they like to observe people look at the work and not speak with them and like see their perspective, but then they also like to, you know, talk to them and hear their perspective. Which artist are you, would you say?
I would say I do both. I watch them look at my art. I like that they appreciate it. So then after they have a few seconds, I'm like, I go up to them and I'm like, hey guys, how you doing? Thank you for appreciating. I'm the artist. What did you guys think? What's your favorite thing? So I try to make more conversation with them so that it's not just, I'm looking, I'm walking away. I try to make it more intentional for sure.
I love that. And how do you keep track of your ideas? Like, do you write everything down? Do you carry like a little notepad, notes app? Like, how do you keep track of all the like cool ideas you probably have?
Yes, I definitely use the notes app in my phone.
Okay.
I don't really have a notebook. I should. I was thinking about it. I went to Blick yesterday and I was like, maybe I should get a notebook. But then it's like I'm a girl and I don't really have space in my hands or pockets.
That's pretty dope. And do you ever like if you're out of inspiration or ideas, do you ever go back to like old drawings and sketches and try to like give it like a little new life or remix it?
I haven't done any type of remixes of my old things, but I do enjoy going back and looking at what I've done just to see how much I've grown.
So are you going to be here for the 3 days that the gallery show will be running?
Yes, I will be here all 3 days.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today. Can you just share with us your Instagram one more time?
Yes, my Instagram is Foxy Painter, FoxyPainter.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and I wish you the best of luck on the show.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thank you for listening to Tarik Talk. Follow Tarik Talk on all social media channels and check out the video interviews online. This is Tarik Talk. Your host, Tarik Mendes, takes you on a journey with guests from all around the world. Broadcasting around the world. Around the world. This is Tarik Talk.
All right, guys. Today I'm here with Woolan. Woolan, how are you today?
I'm fine. I'm amazing. Thank you. How are you?
Love that. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I'm so excited to get to talk with you today.
I'm very excited also to share my story.
Thank you. Do you want to start by telling us your Instagram?
My business Instagram is jakartamunch.us. My personal Instagram is wulan.delvalle with double L.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for sharing that too. Do you want to start out by telling us a little bit about yourself?
A little bit about myself. I'm a chef. I'm a mother of two. I'm a restaurateur.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I'm an accountant. I'm a marketing. I'm everything.
That's so cool. Thank you. I cannot believe you have two kids because you look so young. You look younger than me. Do you want to start out by telling us a little bit about your business?
So my business, I'm focusing on selling. I'm cooking Indonesian food. I'm selling Indonesian food specifically. I serve Indonesian food simply because I want to share a little bit of story of where I came from, which is Indonesia. I came to America 11 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I tried to find a job. I was marketing communication back in Indonesia. It was pretty easy to find a job back in Jakarta because of my education and my experience. And then I moved to New York. It was so hard for me to find a job. Within 1.5 years, I applied to more than 250
Oh my goodness.
applications through LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't find any. Nobody invite me for interviews, and and I just want to get out of the house and work, knocking doors on restaurants, and then I always carry my resume in my bag. And when I finally get interview, I got rejected. And then it was one day that I get super exhausted because I got like 5 rejections in a day.
Oh, wow.
And the 6th interview, the general manager rejected me, saying your resume is amazing, but we can't hire you. And then I normally just like, okay, thank you. But at that time, because of I get too tired, I ask him, can I ask you why? You told me my resume is amazing.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, yeah, we can hire you. I'm like, why? I speak English very well. I speak English. My English is like this since
oh, wow.
when I came. And I was like, I speak English, and you saw my background.
Yeah.
I believe I can do waitressing, no problem. And then he told me, you don't have New York experience. I'm like, New York experience?
Yeah.
What is New York experience?
Yeah.
And then he told me, fast paced, this and that, like, get going, always on top of things, And then I'm like,
hello.
I'm like, do you know where I come from?
Yeah.
And then he
A
said,
big city, probably.
no. I'm like, okay. So I have to explain. I came from Jakarta. Jakarta population is like New York.
Millions,
Yeah. So, and then from there, I've met more and more people not know or recognize what is Indonesia, where is Indonesia, they know, they heard Bali, but not Indonesia.
Yeah.
So 11 years ago, I promised myself I'm gonna make it in New York. I'm gonna do something that represent my country. And one day, everywhere I go, everybody I meet in New York, they will say, wow, you're from Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
So, and I always love food, any food from any countries, from every countries. But the only way I know to promote or to show my heritage is through food. So that's a little bit of the story.
That's an amazing story. Thank you for sharing that.
Pleasure.
No, but I can totally relate with you, because when I moved to New York, it was the same thing. They're like, you don't have New York experience. But I'm like, well, how do I get New York experience without having, if you don't give me the job? You know what I mean?
Like,
it's
if you
craziest concept.
Exactly. And then like the people that I met, they're also immigrants.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't think it's fair.
No, and we come from even like bigger cities than New York. So that's what's so funny about
exactly,
the comment.
Exactly. And then like, how are we going to have New York experience if
you don't give me the chance to have New York experience?
Exactly.
Right? It's crazy.
Exactly. So yeah, like, I didn't get a job.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
So I get anxious when I do nothing.
Yeah.
And even I have 2 kids, I always want to create something. And yeah, it was just like, okay, let me try this. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But I just have to do it. And for me, every no that I get, it's time for me to think, to rethink, to step back, and to evaluate myself. What have I done wrong? So it was always like that. I worked in restaurants. I worked in office in New York. I worked in restaurant, in office in New York, and then it's always I see that as experience, and like whatever I can learn and I can get a knowledge from, I invest my time and my mind on those. And then, but I always, even when I was working for somebody else, I always do something on the side, like for me to try and build my business, what I'm pursuing for.
And how is it for you having 2 kids and then balancing a business where you're the founder?
The right answer would be find or marry the right partner.
Oh, wow, yes.
Because I won't be able to do it if my husband don't let me be me.
Yeah.
And
that's beautiful.
And like that's the only that's the only way.
Is he also Indonesian?
No, he's Afro-Rican.
Oh, cool.
He's a native New Yorker.
Oh, wow.
And then this wouldn't happen if he doesn't let me be me.
Yeah.
And like I always tell him, I want to do this, and then he would just say, go do it. And then
that's amazing.
Actually my restaurant, it just started when it was the Jakarta brand was founded in 2020, like 3 weeks before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I finally got accepted in Smorgasburg. I applied to Smorgasburg for 5 consecutive years with different proposals. Like I mentioned, every no that I get is like
a future yes, right?
Yeah. Like, what else? Like, the proposal is not good enough.
Yeah.
Let me try again.
Yeah.
And then when I get accepted, it was on 2020, 3 weeks before pandemic.
Oh, wow.
I was like, it was just like, okay, that's it. I'm not going to be able to do it. I only have 1 kid at that time. And then pandemic happens. I was still cooking. I sell food online from Instagram. I offer free delivery.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, during the lockdown, I make 1,000 to 1,500 a week.
Oh, wow.
From the food I sell.
Yeah.
And every week is like different menu, and like more people order and stuff. And then pandemic no longer. It's no longer pandemic. And then 2021, Smorgasburg reopened, but I just gave birth to the second child.
Yeah.
And then I told my husband, I don't think I could do it. It's too much with breastfeeding, taking care of 2 kids.
Yeah.
And I have
the
to
hormones in your body.
Yes.
The exhaustion.
Yes. And then I was telling my husband, I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it. I have to cook. I have to shop. And then I have to
be an entrepreneur on top of that. And
exactly. So I don't think I can do it. And then my husband told me, this is what you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
You tried for 5 years to get into Smorgasburg. If it's not now, when?
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. I said, damn it, let's do it.
Yes.
So yeah,
that's amazing.
It's from there.
And how do you come up with like the idea for the dishes? Like, do you just cook things that you personally love, or do you try to like source new ingredients, new recipes?
I started with the food that I grew up eating. What my grandma makes, the food that makes me happy and excited. The food, the menu that I come up with is basically the food that makes me happy, that I grew up eating. Whether it's from my grandma, whether it was the celebration food, and then from there I just remake it. There's I think the main menu in my restaurant, back when I was a kid in Indonesia, growing up in Indonesia, those food I can only eat during Eid Mubarak celebration.
Oh wow, okay.
So I can only eat it once a year.
Oh wow, okay.
And then I moved to New York when there's Eid Mubarak, the Muslim celebration. Indonesians in New York make that food also here in New York, but we can only eat it once a year. Since I'm a chef and it's my own restaurant, I said, no, I'm gonna have this every day.
Wow, that's so cool.
Every freaking day. So yeah, there's the biggest challenge is to find Indonesian ingredients. So it would take me like a while.
Wulan, how do you source your menu? Like, how do you get inspirations? Are you inspired by home, like foods you had in your childhood?
It's basically the food that I grew up eating and the food that makes me happy, the food of celebration. It's basically starts from there, because that's when my artist side of me, that's like I have to do from what I love.
Yeah, from the heart.
Yeah, from the art, from the heart, from like the connection that I have with the food.
Yeah.
And from there, I'll just I'll do whatever it takes to make it as tasty and as nice as how I remember I eat it back in Indonesia, so that my customers, people could eat it too and makes them happy.
And what do you hope for people that come and have your food? Like, what do you hope, like the experience that they have?
The warmth and the comfort, that the feelings, like good, nice, comforting feelings. That's what I'm expecting. Like, because I make everything from scratch, and I hope it could reflect on the energy and the love that I put on my food, and they could feel it.
Yeah, I love that. And what do you say to like future entrepreneurs that are like scared to take the chance, scared to take the leap that you took? Like, what advice would you tell yourself today, then, when you were starting out, that you wish you knew?
Just do it and be flexible.
Mm-hmm.
Be flexible in many ways, as in your feelings, your mind, your like everything, like, because being flexible is a great way, whether you're entrepreneur or not, I guess, to adapt to, you know, like, be stubborn, but stubborn on your effort, stubborn on your I have to make it work, but be flexible because you could learn and open on new things and learn new things. And sometimes, because many times it doesn't go as we planned, not as perfect as how it should be, things could fall into pieces. And if you're not flexible, I think you're gonna have a big heartbreak. I don't think it's gonna be easy.
Go with the flow, right?
Yeah.
And how do you come up with ideas for your dishes? Like, do you like, when they come to you, do you see them like as a finished recipe? Do you see like the product like finished in your mind, like with the colors? Like, how did like the food you create come to you?
This is very interesting question. Most Indonesians, even for Indonesians, and back in Indonesia, like my friends from school, my family, when they see my dishes, they're like, "How come it looks more appealing? It looks more colorful."
Oh wow!
Because I think that's my
love
and the artistic side of it, like how to make this colorful and delicious. So like, somehow I never found purple cabbage back in Indonesia. And here I was like, oh, there's cabbage that has purple color. You know what? Like, I'm gonna make that as a pickle. It looks beautiful on my plate. And my sauces are like completely have different colors. The turmeric curry is yellow, and the spicy one is orange color from the turmeric and red pepper and tomato. And then the brown sauce is from sweet soy sauce, and it's just like super colorful. And they're all like all of the Indonesians back in Indonesia would say like, this is the most, how you
beautiful
call it?
Presentation.
Beautiful presentation. And it's all like natural ingredients and like real vegetables and those. I didn't really make it like it has to be this color. No.
It's by
just
instinct almost,
because it's because like the turmeric curry that I have in my menu is the food that I eat like every year for the Muslim celebration in Indonesia. But I want to have it every day in my restaurant. But it's just the natural color of it. So it's just like colorful by itself, and then how you call it, like, and it's just like be playful with it. You know, like I have other dishes like a roasted chicken, and roasted chicken normally is just like darkened roasted brown chicken, but how to make it beautiful. So I add like mixed greens with pickled carrots and extra soy sauce and hot sauce. So it's like,
sounds amazing.
Oh, even if it's like roasted chicken, it's not gonna be boring roasted chicken. It's like the more the merrier.
And
So,
and how is your, like, before you start cooking, like, how do you get in the zone? Because I see, like, I have friends that are chefs, and I see like the similarities between art and food. It's to me, it's like almost the same thing. You know, it's like a creation process. A lot of it is instinct. Like, you get in the zone, and you're like in an artistic zone. For you, when you like get to the kitchen, are you able to like get to work right away, or do you need to like have a coffee, meditate a little bit before you get into the zone, or you just like play around? How is that creative process for you?
Coffee. I can't function without coffee.
Especially like, a mommy of two, right?
I'm like, no.
You need an espresso.
No, I have to have strong coffee to function. Otherwise, yeah, I'm addicted to coffee.
Yeah. And do you like to work with the music on, or how's the experience?
That part is not really. I basically coffee. I meditate before I go to bed.
Oh, wow, okay.
I don't meditate in the morning because somehow sunlight like makes me wants to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then basically coffee. Sometimes I play music, but no, I put music on when I work on paperwork.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So if it's cooking,
Yeah.
I don't like to play music because somehow this is weird, but I really enjoy the
Like the vibration?
noises,
Yeah.
the noises from the pot and pans and the sauce like bloop 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 bloop.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. Yeah.
The fry for like that's like my music.
Stimulating to the
yeah,
brain,
that's
right?
my
Yeah.
music. That's my music. So I don't like to put music on. Some chefs put music on like really loud. My cook in my kitchen, they put music really loud, but when I come into the kitchen, I put it down.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Because I have some friends that they do, they're chefs, and some of them like cook with like crazy rock and roll, heavy metal, like screaming, and then some cook with like opera, super high, and then some say the same thing. They're like, no, I want to hear like the boiling water. I want to hear the blue. I want to hear like when I mix the mashed potato. To me, that's like rewarding. It just makes the experience higher.
Yeah, that's me. I love that the music of the kitchen tools and the food that I'm cooking.
Yeah. And then do you do like catering? Do you do special events?
Yes, we do. But the catering part is just recently.
Okay.
I think I launched it like a few months ago.
Okay.
Catering special events because at first I didn't want to do it, but I tried Thanksgiving catering last year. And people were happy about it, and then I started to get inquiries about how do you do catering or do you do this, so I'm like, okay, why don't I launch my catering menu? Because before I was just like we do catering. Do you have the menu? What do you want? So it's like more like random, like just like tell me what you want. I'll cater. So but now I have catering menu.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then people can just like find that on your Instagram or
yes. You guys can find the menu, Google review, pictures, on Instagram, on my Instagram, on my bio I put Linktree for Linktree website, and those on that Linktree website it has like a sub options, like options for for all the stuff catering menu, Google review.
Do you do pop-ups? Because that's like very hot right now. A lot of people.
Yeah, actually, I started my business with pop-ups.
Okay.
That's the best way to get connections and to hear feedback from customers, from people, interaction, connection. That's how I started, and everything's developed from there. I hear what my customers want, I hear what people want, and
that's amazing. And where do you see yourself in the future? What's something that you want to accomplish and tackle?
I want to be bigger than Chipotle.
Ooh, fancy. I'm sure you can, because you have great work ethic and great ideas.
I want to be bigger and better version of Chipotle, because I don't know, it's just that that's my goal, and I want people to normalize eating healthy, delicious Indonesian food over cold sandwich with
just something average,
preservatives,
right? Yeah. Something like, healthy but tasty.
Healthy, tasty, and quick also.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Wulan, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Do you mind just giving us your Instagram account for those listening, please?
Yeah. So my Instagram account, my personal Instagram account is Wulan, ULAN .Delvalle, DELVALLE. And my restaurant's Instagram account is jakartamunch.us.
Perfect. Thank you so much again. It's
My
been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Guys, please make sure you follow her. Order from her. Catering pops up. She's ready. She's an amazing, talented lady. So until next time, I'll definitely be going by to try your food because it sounds so tasty.
Can't wait to feed you.
Oh, I can't wait. And then the chicken you were talking about made me so hungry. So next time we see each other, hopefully we do like a year from now, we touch base, since the first episode we did together.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. Thank you again. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Or cater to any of your events.
Yes, I will love that. I'll definitely have something soon for sure, and I'll reach out to you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for listening to Tarik Talk. Follow Tarik Talk on all social media channels and check out the video interviews online.